This one's from a person named I am D1, and it's called How Live Service Has Ruined Call of Duty. Now, obviously, this title starts off very, very negative, and I want to take a look at this. I'm going to play this in a way that you probably aren't going to like it. I'm going to try to play devil's advocate to this video. I'm not going to necessarily agree with everything that I say, but when I haven't seen this video, so this might be very hard for me to do, especially if I agree with everything. But I'm going to take the route of the developer or Activision and try to say why live service is good for Call of Duty. It's probably going to end up going the other way, but I just want to see what he says and how the other side can say it, just to try to do something a little bit different with this one. And I will state my opinion as well, but I just wanted to try something a little bit different.
Go from this to this.
He picked like my 2 least favorite games, so.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
What the hell is even that?
If you ask a longtime veteran fan of COD today, they'll probably tell you Call of Duty is dead. But here's the confusing part. Call of Duty has never been bigger.
Yup.
Activision broke record sales with Modern Warfare 2 2022, and the player base
This
is
actually might be hard for me to
grow
disagree
across
with.
all platforms. So what do COD fans mean when they say Call of Duty is dead? Well, they're alluding to the toxic trend in the AAA gaming industry that has ruined Call of Duty, live service. Now, live service gaming in itself is a great concept for gamers. Hell,
It is.
I wish the original Star Wars Battlefront 2 was updated with new content. Imagine new maps and missions being added. I would have ate that up. Providing your consumers with a fresh new experience throughout a game's life cycle is objectively an awesome idea. However, live service for many has been anything but awesome, especially for...
It's live service is great as a whole, but the thing is, you have to remember, okay, this is actually going to be me playing devil's advocate. I'm doing a good job at this. The thing you have to remember is for them to do a live service game, they have to make money, right? They have to. There's people that they need to pay to make these things that come out, whether it be an update for a map, update for a weapon, new weapons, new characters, whatever it may be, new cutscenes. Those cost money. Like one of those seasonal cutscenes when they used to do like actual cinematics would cost like, I think over $1 million. What even is live service? So live service is a game that, so there's games that come out, and when they come out, that's the game. Alan Wake 2 is a good example of that. You play through the game, and then that's it. That's the game is over. Maybe they put a new game plus in a couple months later, but that is it. God of War is an example of that. The Last of Us is an example of that. Games as a service, the easiest way to think of it, Battle Pass. If a game has Battle Pass, it's a game as a service or a live service game. If it has weekly updates or monthly updates, it's a game as a service or a live service game. So I'll give you a couple examples. Call of Duty is one. Fortnite is one. League of Legends is one. These games that are updated time after time after time that they need workers to keep working on it. The one difference with Call of Duty, and he may go into this, is Call of Duty is a games as a service, a live service game that also comes out every year. The only other games that I can think that do that are sports games like FIFA and like Madden and stuff like that.
Call of Duty. First comes the promise. The promise that the next game is going to be amazing, or in the case of Modern Warfare 2, the most advanced Call of Duty of all time.
Liar!
The worst part about this is Activision ain't even selling the game at this point. They're selling the promise that the game will be amazing and better than the last. All they have to do is reel in Call of Duty fans to buy into their BS over and over and over again. And it works.
I don't mind Modern
But we all
Warfare
know the
3.
famous line we love to use in the COD community. I'm not buying the next Call of Duty game.
Serious?
We know there's still going to be bugs on release, cheaters are going to flood the game, skill-based matchmaking will take away all the fun,
And you're
those
still gonna
little
buy the
brat
game.
campers who just can't seem to get the So why do we continue to buy the new Call of Duties, even though we know damn well we're going to have the same complaints year in and year out? Well, the
I don't-
reason...
Okay, I said I'd play devil's advocate. I'll do it. I don't think we have the same complaints every year. Yeah, there's the persistent complaints like skill-based matchmaking, cheaters, things like that. But me, someone who's played like every Call of Duty game, each Call of Duty game has different things that I don't like. And I think everyone wants their perfect Call of Duty game, and you're never going to get it because Call of Duty games have so many different things in them. They're never going to nail all of them for everyone. It's impossible.
is a tactic Activision uses against us all. FOMO, the fear of missing out. It allows Activision and their
I
lead
have not
studios
heard
to
this
release
angle.
unfinished games, and this is what live service has caused. It is now accepted by the player base that games will be overridden with bugs, cheaters, and most importantly, a lack of content. Modern Warfare 2 launched with
Okay, disagree with this. Modern Warfare 3 doesn't have a lack of content. It has a lack of campaign. It's short, but there's more maps and guns than any other game in history, I think. And yeah, I guess a lot of them are remake maps, and you could argue that, but it's definitely not a lack of content this year.
an embarrassing total of 8 maps, 2 more being
Modern
withheld
Warfare
from us
2.
due to legal issues with the real locations
yeah,
of the
Modern
maps,
Warfare 2 sucked.
one being
I'm
Crown
on board with
Raceway
that one.
and the other being Greenberg Hotel. Providing sufficient content throughout a Call of Duty game is crucial, considering the game only has a 1-year life cycle.
Yep.
Back in the day, Black Ops 2 released with 15 maps in 2012. Meanwhile, it took MW2 2022 multiple seasons just to reach that number. Embarrassing. Black Ops 2 also had 16 DLC maps from 4 separate DLC map packs. This included amazing maps like Grind, Studio.
All right, Devil's Advocate. I'm still doing it. He is choosing the worst example from Call of Duty. Modern Warfare 2, in my opinion, was the worst supported multiplayer ever. So yeah,
and Takeoff. Keep in mind, Call of Duty had much smaller teams back then, and that goes for Treyarch, Sledgehammer, and Infinity Turd. I mean, Activision brags up and down that there were 3,000 developers working on Call of Duty, especially with Modern Warfare 2. So why
if you watch the video that we watched about Actman, he goes into why that's actually a bad
can't they
thing.
add
and-
sufficient content like they used to? Because they know they can put in little to no effort and get away with it. 2 maps this season, 2 maps next season, 1 map at the beginning of the season, 1 map in at the mid-season update, throw in a few new recycled weapons, add a mediocre operator skin at the end of each event, and boom, your work is done for another month. Oh, but don't worry about all those bugs. Activision and Infinity Ward
Again, another thing that I've said that they've been doing pretty good this year is staying on top of the bugs, especially in Warzone.
promised us it will be fixed.
Yes,
in
there's
future
lots of
season
them,
updates.
but
But didn't you promise that last
they're
season?
like giving us multiple
I hate
updates a week.
So much.
Wait, when did this video come out? 6 months ago. Okay, I see now. It makes more sense now
about the things
why
that
he was
you
saying he
chose
was.
to be.
Yeah,
Isn't
because-
live service great for Call of Duty? Nah, it's a cop-out
keep in mind this video is probably more like more about Modern Warfare 2 than
for
3.
these studios to release absolute garbage and justify it through future seasonal updates. Each season has a time limit, and it reminds you on the COD Battle Pass. Activision intentionally shoves this in your face to make you feel anxiety about missing out on something.
True.
It's a manipulative tactic against gamers. The whole point of the live service Battle Pass system is to make you feel like you have to spend precious time and money to acquire these skins and weapon variants before the deadline ends. If you ask me, it's a completely exploitative.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't care whether I complete the battle pass. If I'm close to completing it at the end of the season, I will complete it. I think I've got like 10 more tiers to get this season. I probably will. If I was 30 tiers away, I would just be like, who cares? I'm probably never gonna use that skin anyway.
An immoral business practice that makes Activision look like absolute scum. So as a result of the COD community's brilliance, Call of Duty drip feeds content over multiple seasons and the game is never truly fixed. And honestly, why would Activision not continue to use this live service model? It's making them more money than ever because the COD suckers just can't resist spending their money on the shiny new toy, and they don't want to miss out on all the new skins and bundles, which goes into what makes live service most successful: microtransactions. Call of Duty
We knew this
introduced
was
their
coming.
new Battle Pass system back in Modern Warfare 2019, along with the integration of Warzone, COD's new Battle Royale mode, and from that day on, Call of Duty became a new version of Fortnite. Activision caught on to the live service Fortnite trend of battle passes and skins, and they made the game-changing decision to adapt to the new online multiplayer gaming model, which absolutely sucked. Gone was Call of Duty's traditional
Yeah,
prestige
this
system,
sucks.
when progression actually meant something. Gone was in-game currency.
The one thing I want to see in the next Call of Duty game is I don't want there to be a level cap at launch. I think that's so dumb.
Used to progress and unlock weapons, perks, camos, and other cool cosmetics, like the COD point system back in Black Ops 1. The COD point system back then was designed for you to play more to unlock more, not pay more to
Okay,
unlock.
but this was also the only game to ever have this. And at the time, yeah, people liked wager matches, but people didn't like this unlock system. That's why it was never in a Call of Duty game again. So this is a horrible example of what he's trying to get across. There's literally one Call of Duty the game that used COD points before they were the current COD points. And yeah, they were free, but people didn't like the system back then. People liked Black Ops 1. People did not like the COD point system, aside from the wager matches. Those were cool.
unlock more. like the Call of Duty store nowadays where you pay for COD points to unlock new cosmetics. Gone with that classic system, and in came the Battle Pass, where you rank up in a tiered progression system to unlock pointless weapon variants and skins. And they pump out bundles like crazy. How do they make these skins more intriguing to the players, you ask? By creating bundles of your favorite celebrities and TV characters from their favorite shows, movies, and sports. I mean, Cold War released the Rambo skin, and Modern Warfare 2 has released everything from Kevin Durant to Nicki Minaj to characters from the popular TV show The Boys. But the COD suckers are all over this crap, and that's why it ultimately comes down to the players. Activision only does what the players allow them to do, and when it comes to the Call of Duty community, let's face it, there's a lot of pace-eating COD suckers out there. The power is in the players' hands. In fact, when the players are prioritized over the profit, that's when that magic happens. But most AAA gaming studios don't care about providing that magical fun experience for the players anymore. Modern day Call of Duty is a perfect example of that between multiplayer and
I also don't agree with this. The game needs to still be enjoyable, and I think a great example of that is Modern Warfare 2. That game was just not enjoyable for me to play, and I think a lot of people really didn't like it. And if Modern Warfare 2 was a better game, Modern Warfare 3 would have sold way better, and in the long run, they would have made more money. Now, yes, they're still making a buttload off of microtransactions, and yes, Modern Warfare 3 is better than Modern Warfare 2, but they lose money when they put out bad games. That's still a thing.
The only time I genuinely have fun playing Call of Duty is when I play COD 4 Remastered.
Oh, you're one of those people.
Game and I talk about it pretty often, but COD 4 Remastered is still fairly populated to this day, and you can easily find a match of TDM. It was released in a time when live service had not taken over the gaming industry quite yet. Playing
There's
today
supply
on
drops
the old
in
COD
that
4
game.
maps and using the old weapons definitely gives me those waves of nostalgia. But most importantly, it reminds me how much fun Call of Duty used to be. There ain't a bunch of kangaroos, nut draggers, or worm lovers on this game. Everyone plays to have fun and have a relaxing experience, which proves.
Also, if you go back to older Call of Duty games, every older Call of Duty game is like this. If you go back to Cold War right now, it's not a sweat fest, because people who are playing those old games are not playing it to unlock everything that's coming out. They're playing it to actually enjoy the game, and it makes a more enjoyable experience.
To be rare in modern day Call of Duty. The main and only priority for the studios nowadays is to make money, not to make the game fun. As a result, we now have battle passes and cringe skins stealing all the spotlight. I mean, the first thing you see when you launch the game is Call of Duty announcing to you, hey,
It's true.
we have some bundles for you to buy. We just want to make sure you know. Did you buy it? How about now? If you look at games who treat their player base right and prioritize fun to make the best possible game, Marvel's Spider-Man 2 is a perfect example. Insomniac Games did a fantastic job with this game. From the beginning to the end, I was captivated. I was reeled in. Being a Call of Duty fan for years has almost made me forget what games should feel like. It's like being in a toxic relationship and acting like it's normal. It's not! Get out of it! It's called Stockholm Syndrome. Fans who actively defend Call of Duty and its corrupt live service model at this point are Stockholm Syndrome, pace-eating COD suckers. Sorry, it's just the facts. Especially after how much Infinity Ward ignored the fans throughout the life cycle of Modern Warfare 2. But Spider-Man 2 reminded me just how great these AAA games can be and how much dedication and passion these studios can put into their craft for us players to enjoy. From the immersive storytelling to an action-packed experience to the
I don't like comparing games that are narrative driven to Call of Duty, even though, because really the only part of Spider-Man that you'd be comparing to Call of Duty was the campaign. And yeah, this year's campaign was too short.
Rewarding progression system, Spider-Man 2 was fun. I was upset after I fully completed the story and side missions. That's how your gaming experience should feel. Fun. Not like Call of Duty, when you dread playing another match of Team Deathmatch after you just dominated the last game because you know damn well skill-based matchmaking is about to f you up. This is how live service ruins Call of Duty. By selling the promise, releasing the game unfinished, drip-feeding content over multiple seasons, pushing microtransactions, and repeat with the next game. I'm hopeful Modern Warfare 3 will be a much better experience than Modern Warfare 2, but we cannot forget about the negative effects that live service will have on this game.
Yeah, so this was actually before Modern Warfare 3.
As of now, we have already entered Phase 1. Activision and lead developer Sledgehammer Games are selling the promise that Modern Warfare 3 will be better than Modern Warfare 2.
So this puts us in an interesting place because we know how things have turned out, so I'm curious what he says about this.
2, which is not really hard to accomplish considering MW2 smelled like a camper's underside after not moving for the past 4 games. However, this year is a bit different, and it exposes another horrible outcome of live service gaming. Now, what's confusing about Modern Warfare 3 is that the game will be the most complete of any Call of Duty since Black Ops 2. It'll have 16 maps on launch and a healthy variety of over 40 weapons to choose from. So now you're probably saying, well, doesn't that kind of kill the COD live service cycle you just made the entire video about? Nope. In fact, I'm adding a new phase. It's called scamming your entire player base. This final phase in the live service model
I know where he's going with this.
has opened up new doors for Activision to exploit their fans. Going back to the point I was making about there being the most content in Modern Warfare 3 since Black Ops 2, let's look at what that actually entails. Then it'll start to click. Yeah, those 16 maps, none of them are original. All 16 of those maps are remastered from the OG Modern Warfare 2 2009. And all the weapons, most of them are literally being ported over from Modern Warfare 2 2022. I'm not kidding. So now you're saying, wait a second, Activision is charging full price for basically...
So yeah, this is the DLC argument that people have said over and over again. And I think at this point, with the amount of content that has been added in that is free in Modern Warfare 3, I don't think you can say the DLC thing anymore. I maybe unpopular opinion, but I really don't think you can. I think at this point, they've added enough that that's just not
DLC
true.
pack and a complete overhaul of MW2, kind of like they did with Sledgehammer's World War II, except that overhaul was a free update. And here comes the epiphany.
No.
Holy sh! This is a fucking scam. But this is another outcome of live service gaming in Call of Duty. Sell the promise of Modern Warfare 2 being the most advanced Call of Duty ever. Release the game unfinished, but assure your fanbase it'll get better. Drip feed content over multiple seasons, doing the bare minimum to satisfy the COD suckers. Continue making a killing on microtransactions, prioritizing bundles over releasing actual good content. And then the promise returns. We're gonna fix everything wrong with Modern Warfare 2, from movement to dead silence to more content. So don't worry if you wasted...
I've said it before, I will say it again. If you say this, you are dumb. Just straight up. If you think that, oh, because it's called Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3, this is any different than any other game, you are dumb. The way that this works is a Call of Duty game comes out, and whether it's called Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 6, Modern Warfare 3, Ghosts, whatever it is, every Call of Duty game tries to fix the problems of the game the year before. Just because it's Modern Warfare 2 to Modern Warfare 3 doesn't make that any different. If you are getting confused by that, think about it. Every Call of Duty game does this. If you're arguing that Modern Warfare 3 was a DLC, then every Call of Duty game is a DLC, and that's fine. You're not necessarily wrong with that. But it's not just Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3.
all your money on last year's game, we're finally gonna own up to that promise. Except it's gonna be $70 for an entirely new game, so give us your money.
Hello, I like money.
I personally fear Activision is gonna keep live service in Call of Duty for the foreseeable future.
Forever.
So whether you're a casual or diehard fan of Call of Duty, you are left with two choices. You can either ignore the Battle Pass and all the microtransactions, or you can indulge yourself in the Battle Pass and buy all the microtransactions you want. Wanna be Snoop Dogg dragging your nuts in a quote-unquote realistic shooter? Have a blast! Whatever choice you make, it is clearly undeniable that live service ruined Call of Duty and its classic traditional experience. Comment what your thoughts are on live service ruining Call of Duty, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and hit that like button.
Yeah, so I agree and disagree with some of the points. I think the biggest disagreement I have there is I don't think necessarily live service is bad for Call of Duty. I think some of the ways that they do it are bad and how it pushes microtransactions, and I'm worried what they do with those moving forward. That is bad. I think Call of Duty is a game where live service works, and having drip feed of content keeps the game relevant for an entire year. And if you don't like that, then don't play it. I don't like microtransactions. I don't buy them. I buy the Battle Pass. I'm just being straight up honest. I do not buy any bundles. I bought one bundle and it was for the Souls event because I wanted to get all of the Souls, and that is the one that I bought. That's it. That's in the last 3, 4, 5 years. I have not bought anything. If a Fallout bundle comes out, I might, because I really like Fallout and I'll support Fallout. But I just don't buy microtransactions. I just don't. So if you don't like something in a game, don't do that part of it. If I have one more video to watch that we're going to watch on stream. If I go on and play Call of Duty and I play 3 games and I'm not having fun, I'll just stop playing. That's it. I'll go do something else. And that is okay. But I like Call of Duty, and I enjoy playing it, and sometimes I don't. And when I don't play it. That's it. That's I think the only way to look at it.